Fatima's Maritime Magic. In a cozy beach house in Deltaville, Virginia, the morning sun danced across the floor. Fatima sat in her bright red wheelchair, her eyes sparkling with excitement. She was 25 years old and had cerebral palsy, which meant her body worked a little differently and she didn't use words to speak. But today, her smile said everything. It was a perfect day for a summer adventure with her family. While the family got ready, Figaro the cat was already busy. Figaro was a handsome gray-brown tabby who loved the vacation house. He spent his mornings in the sunroom, stretching his paws and twitching his tail. From his sunny spot, he watched the birds flutter by the window, chirping his own hello to the morning. Figaro decided he would stay right there and keep the sunroom warm. Fatima's mother, Gulsen, and her father, Levent, were packing a bag for their outing. They were headed to the Deltaville Maritime Museum. "It's a special place where everyone can explore," Gulsen said with a wink. Levent checked the map, making sure they knew exactly where the best paths were. They loved finding places where Fatima could see every single thing without any barriers in her way. When they arrived at the museum, Fatima's heart soared. The entrance had wide, smooth ramps that made rolling inside a breeze. "Look at the high ceilings, Fatima," Gulsen whispered. The museum was designed for everyone to enjoy together. Inclusion meant that the doors were open wide, the floors were flat, and every exhibit was at the perfect height for Fatima to see from her chair. Their first stop was a room filled with tiny treasures. On a bright blue circular table, dozens of model boats seemed to float in a pretend sea. "Look at the sails, Fatima," Levent said, pointing to a tall mast. Fatima reached her arm out, her fingers moving toward the display. She loved the way the little boats looked like they were ready to race across the waves. Next, they found the bigger models. Fatima and Gulsen stopped in front of a long glass case. Inside was a beautiful white boat named the Old Point. Nearby, a sturdy red tugboat sat on a wooden stand. It looked strong and brave. Gulsen explained how tugboats help much bigger ships find their way. Fatima leaned forward, studying the tiny ladders and windows on the red boat. In the next room, the walls were covered in history. Levent and Gulsen looked up at the edge tools and logging tools. There were big saws with sharp teeth and heavy axes with wooden handles. These were the tools people used long ago to build real boats out of wood. It was like a giant puzzle of history hanging on the wall, showing how hard work creates something beautiful. "Time for some fresh air," Gulsen said. They headed outside to the museum's garden. The air smelled like salt and flowers. They passed under tall myrtle trees with smooth bark and bright green leaves. Colorful petals lined the path, creating a rainbow on the ground. Fatima took a deep breath, enjoying the rustle of the wind through the trees. The walking trails were full of surprises. Every few steps, they found a different kind of boat resting on the grass. Some were small rowing boats, and others were big sailboats with their sails tucked away. Levent pushed Fatima's chair along the wooden boardwalks. "The water is just over there," he told her. Fatima watched the shadows of the leaves dance across her lap as they explored. As the sun began to set, the family headed back to the beach house. Fatima felt full of joy. She hadn't said a word, but her bright eyes told the story of a wonderful day. The museum was a place where she felt included, seen, and happy. Back home, Figaro was waiting for them, ready for evening cuddles. Inclusion is a beautiful thing. It means the world is a playground for everyone.